Hello, 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 women. Welcome. This is BitQueens. I'm Christy, and it's a delight to have everyone here. It's 1st October. Yay! For us here in Nigeria, it's our independence. So I want to say happy independence to every Nigerian in the house or every Nigerian across the globe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Charity. Welcome, Jennifer. Welcome, Carol. It's good to have you. Please, if you have friends who have not joined in already, let them know that we've started, we're live, and it promises to be very exciting. Yes, this is BitQueens. It's a platform for blockchain education for women. And what we do here at BitQueens is to help you learn blockchain technology in the most fun and simplest way possible. And we have a community where we help you, we support you so that you feel confident, you feel supported, and you feel excited to begin to explore all the endless opportunities that are available in the blockchain space. Okay, so it's another beautiful Sunday, and it's one of our training sessions where we go deeper into the world of cryptocurrencies. Yes, in the past weeks, we've had our sessions on blockchain basics, and we looked at what blockchain is. We looked at, in fact, how we got here from barter to Bitcoin, and then we looked at every other thing we need to know in terms of what blockchain is, the features, and how it can benefit women, understanding the technology and how it can benefit women. So we're continuing with our session with the topic, Beginner's Guide to Cryptocurrency Platforms. Okay, so I'm going to quickly share my screen so that we are guided. Okay, so welcome everybody. Please go to the comments if you can hear me, if you can see me. If you can see my screen, just go to the comments, say something nice. Hello, 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 women. I'm always excited to be here because it's an opportunity to meet with you amazing women, and we can learn together and have fun together. So go to the comments. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Charity. I can see your feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me have those feedback coming in. Okay, like I said, we are going to be looking at a beginner's guide to cryptocurrency platforms. So the question you want to be asking yourself, we'll be talking about, yeah, thank you, Carol. Hi, looking forward. Okay, great. Thank you for your feedback. So we've been talking about cryptocurrencies, the types of cryptocurrencies. We even looked at the kinds. We looked at Bitcoin and altcoins. We looked at security tokens. We looked at utility tokens. We looked at all kinds of categories of cryptocurrencies. Now we are asking the question, how do we even get these cryptocurrencies? How do we lay our hands on it? So this is going to be the mainstay of our conversation for today. And this is module 4 of our blockchain basics. So we're going to be talking about where we get cryptocurrencies. Okay, cryptocurrencies are gotten from cryptocurrency platforms, but what really are they and how can we navigate our way through these platforms? Okay, if you're meeting me for the first time, I'm Christy Emmanuel. I'm a blockchain educator and the founder of BitQueens. We said BitQueens is a platform for women to learn blockchain technology, and our vision is to help you learn it in the simplest and most fun way, creating a community that allows you feel supported, you feel confident and excited enough to begin to explore all the wonderful opportunities that are available in the blockchain space. Okay, so like we said, we're building a community, amazing community, where you can feel free to ask any questions, to learn, and to network with other women. Yes, it's not just, a learning platform. It's also an opportunity for you to meet women from different parts of the world, share in their stories, share in their experiences, how they got into blockchain, what the journey has been for them, and what you too can learn. Of course, when you hear people's story, it encourages you, it fires you up, it inspires you to know that whatever dreams that you may have is actually doable. So that's what we are doing here at BitQueens. Please feel free to reach out to us if you need more information on what we are doing, our calendar for the week, for the month, all the programs that we have, and the events and training sessions that we hold. Please feel free to reach out to us on our handles across social media. And of course, you can leave us mail at bitqueenshq at gmail.com, bitqueenshq@gmail.com. So without wasting much of our time, what are we going to be learning this Sunday? So we're going to be answering the questions: how do we get cryptocurrencies? Where do we lay our hands on it? And we're going to be looking at types of cryptocurrency platforms, the pros and cons of these different cryptocurrency platforms, then how to choose the cryptocurrency platform that is right for you. And at the end, we're going to interact. We're going to have fun. We're going to ask questions. We're going to share experiences, share stories, and we would call it a wrap. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's recap on what we've done. So if this is the first time of joining our session, perhaps you were not in our previous sessions, or you've not had the opportunity to see the recordings of our old sessions, I encourage you to do so. Please go to our YouTube channel and you can access all the sessions we've done in the past. But I wanted to throw more light or do a quick recap about what cryptocurrencies are. So in case you're wondering what are cryptocurrencies, they're just digital form of money, virtual kind of money that you cannot hold in your hand. And it's this kind of money that is built on a technology called blockchain. And we said blockchain is a digital way of capturing information in a way that everyone can see it because it's transparent. It's immutable because no one can go back and begin to change all the information that you have there. And of course, it's secure. Okay, so it's a kind of currency that is built on that type of technology, and is not controlled by any one person, whether it's a government, whether it's a central authority, as it were. And these are coins and tokens that are built on a particular blockchain network and can represent real world assets. Yeah, we talked about security tokens as type or a kind of cryptocurrency in our last session, where we say they can represent real assets. So while some of them do not represent real assets, in the real world, some also can back real world assets. And we said it's a kind of currency also that uses cryptography. Okay, so the normal fiat currencies that you know for maybe the US or for Nigerian Naira or for the Ghana cedis or any currency you know out there, it has a security feature that lets you tell apart the original from the fake. So why is it's possible for people to fake the fiat currencies that we have? Now, blockchains use cryptography to create cryptocurrencies, meaning that it's not possible for you to create a fake Bitcoin, for instance. So this cryptography, that is the idea or technology behind the design of cryptocurrencies, ensure that once you hold Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, you are sure that you're holding the authentic thing, is secure, and it has all the features that cryptocurrencies should hold. So I thought I should give you a feedback, a summary of what cryptocurrencies are and some of the things we've talked about, cryptocurrencies. So we get right into our conversation for today, which is how do we get cryptocurrencies? Now, you get cryptocurrencies through what we call cryptocurrency exchanges. Yes, cryptocurrency exchanges. And these exchanges are like a marketplace. Just think of it as the normal market where you go. Let's say you have some groceries to buy and you just go there to buy. So while some people are selling, others are buying. So it's the marketplace, like a supermarket or whatever kind of market, or vegetable market, or any kind of market that that you go to buy things. So when you go there to buy things, you also meet people who are selling. And if both of you agree, let's say you want to buy from somebody, then you can exchange value. You can give them the money, your money, and then they can give you the item that you need. So it's similar to cryptocurrency exchanges. It's a marketplace where you can buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Dogecoin, like Solana. There are a lot of them we've already mentioned. Like I said, I will encourage you to watch the previous presentations we've had so you familiarize yourself well enough with cryptocurrencies that we have. And it's not only that, cryptocurrency exchanges can also serve as storage. So people can store their digital assets on the cryptocurrency exchanges. So these are the functions. So now you know where we get cryptocurrencies. So when we say it's a marketplace, it basically means that if you're ready to buy, then there's somebody who is willing to sell. And if you're selling, there's somebody who is there to also buy. So when two of these people meet, the buyers and the sellers, you have a marketplace. So without the buyers and the sellers, you don't have a marketplace. So cryptocurrency exchanges provide a marketplace for people to sell and buy all kinds of digital assets. And as of 2023, March precisely, there are nearly 600 cryptocurrency exchanges. And this is according to Forbes. Okay, so that's to tell you how much that is across the globe. Worldwide, you have nearly 600 cryptocurrency, and it's been projected to even rise up to 1,500 exchanges. So you can see that this is a huge marketplace, and that means that no matter where you are in the world, there should be an exchange that helps you buy or sell or store your cryptocurrencies or your digital assets. Now, let's look at the different cryptocurrency exchanges. Let's look at the different cryptocurrency exchanges. Now, broadly speaking, there are two types that we're going to be looking at. They are the centralized exchanges, cryptocurrency exchanges, and the decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges. So two of them basically, centralized cryptocurrency exchanges and decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges. So the centralized exchanges are called CEX. That's C-E-S, then S, meaning centralized exchange, just a short form. And then for the decentralized exchange, we have DEX, or DEXs as they're called. So these just represent, so when you see CESS, then it means centralized exchanges. And when you see DEX, then S, it means decentralized exchange, just a short form of putting this so that you are able to grab it quickly. So these are the two types, and we're going to be looking at them very quickly to explain what they are or how the function or the features of these different cryptocurrency exchanges, and what you should know about them and how you can interact with them. Okay, so let's begin with the first one, centralized exchanges. So this is what a marketplace would look like. As you can see on my screen, you see a list of different cryptocurrencies. You see the price, like we said, the prices of these cryptocurrencies are not static, except for the stable coins that, maintain a stable or a fixed value. Why? Because they are pegged to some currency out there, like a fiat currency like the dollar or the euro, or maybe even to a commodity like gold. So those types of cryptocurrencies maintain stable prices or value. But for other forms of cryptocurrencies, they don't maintain a stable price, and that is due to market forces and some sentiments and human factors and things like that that control the price. So this is what a typical centralized exchange would look like. So you see the different cryptocurrencies, you can see the price, you can see the change in the price in the last 24 hours. And this is like a map or a chart that shows you how that particular cryptocurrency is doing in the markets. Okay, so this is a simplified view of what a centralized exchange would look like. So how do you know what makes it centralized? It's centralized because these exchanges are controlled or operated by a company. or, an organization, just a single entity, controls it. Just like we have different central banks control the fiat currencies of different companies. Also in the digital space or in the cryptocurrency space, we have centralized exchanges that control, they have these exchanges and they control pretty much what happens inside of it. And another thing you should know about centralized exchanges is that they act as intermediaries. So they are the ones between the buyers. They provide a platform where you, as the buyer, can come and the seller can also come and exchange value. So they are more like the middle men, as it were, in between buyers and sellers. Now, they also provide opportunity for you to be able to match your orders. For instance, let's say you want to buy a certain cryptocurrency, let's say Solana, for instance, and it's currently displayed at, let's say, $21 per Solana. Okay, so what happens is, because the prices fluctuate, that it goes up and it comes down, you can say, I want to buy Solana when the price is a little lower than $21, say when it's $15. Okay, so you can put a trade, or you can put a buying order to say, when the price goes down to $15, for instance, or $18, I want to buy. So these exchanges makes sure that your orders are executed even when you are not there. Yes, because once you set the trade or you set the buying order, then automatically it makes the purchase for you even when you are not logged on. So these are one of the very important services that decentralized exchanges, of course, offer. They process transactions. Let's say you want to send one cryptocurrency to another person, then you will need somebody to process the transaction, that is to move the crypto from your own holding or your own wallet to another person's wallet who is expecting to receive it. So they help process these transactions. And of course, you can store your cryptocurrencies or digital assets there. And then they also provide customer service. Like if you're having challenge or you want to understand a thing or you need to ask some questions, then you can also reach out to their customer service, maybe via email, or any other way in which they, make available for you to reach out to them. So now you know what centralized exchanges are. They are, operated by a single entity. It could be a company, it could be an organization, and then they allow you buy and sell because they are providing the platform for you to do so. And they can also help you execute your orders, that is, make purchases on your behalf even while you're not there, because their system allows it. The platform allows you to do so. And then you have to send transactions. Then they process the transaction to store your funds for you, and of course respond to any challenge that you may have. Now let's look at some examples. So in case you're asking, what are the names of these centralized exchanges, so that we know, we have Binance, which is the biggest and most well-known cryptocurrency centralized exchange out there. Binance, I'm sure this is the one that most people would know, because you have it almost everywhere. Then we have Coinbase, and we have KuCoin. There's also Gemini. There is Bitmart. You also have La Token. There are a number of them. Remember, we have nearly 600 cryptocurrency exchanges out there, and more than 400 of that are centralized exchanges. More than 400 of the 600 exchanges we have are centralized exchanges. So there are a number of them. If you go to CoinMarketCap, like I always recommend, coinmarketcap.com, then you'll be able to see all the information. Of course, you get information about the different exchanges and of course the different cryptocurrencies that you have. So this is an interface of what a Binance exchange will look like. So this is where you have the balance of whatever funds you have on the platform. You can see the different cryptocurrencies here and their prices, the difference in price in the last 24 hours. All that information you can see in a typical Binance exchange. Then we have for Coinbase, You can see the display of value. You can see here we have the value or the amount that is held within this particular exchange for this particular user. And you can see the different cryptocurrencies. And of course, there are pairs, the trading pairs that, is doable here on this exchange. This is another one that is also very well known. It's called KuCoin. So different cryptocurrencies have different interfaces. They have different, designs. Some are really very easy to navigate, while some will also require some training or some hand-holding to understand how they work. Okay, so let's go to decentralized exchanges. Remember, we say there are two types of cryptocurrency exchanges, broadly speaking, and we have centralized exchanges, which we just finished describing, and now we want to describe the decentralized exchanges known as DEXs. Okay, so let's look at, this is a typical on my screen, what a decentralized exchange will look like. Okay, so you can see the different options or menus that we have here: trade, exchange, liquidity. All these are, instructions that you can actually, or prompts that you can actually give the exchange depending on what you want to do. So this is how a typical decentralized exchange will look like. Okay, so what exactly are decentralized exchanges? They are platforms that is run by what? Smart contracts on a blockchain. So smart contracts, like I've explained earlier, it are set of rules or obligation that two parties need to meet. Okay, so it's like an agreement on the blockchain, but it's done using codes, because you don't have any intermediary, don't have anybody who is, making sure that the contract is met. Like if a person does this and then if a person does this, then this should happen. No, you don't have anybody who executes that. The contract self-executes. And that's why I say it runs on the if-then concept, meaning that if a particular obligation is met, then let certain action be executed or certain thing happen. So these run on smart contract, meaning that it's not controlled by any single company or any single organization or any entity, as it were. Is built on the blockchain and it's run by a smart contract. So once you meet this obligation, or once you meet up with this, then let this happen. That's how it runs on the decentralized exchange. Then it enables peer-to-peer exchange of value, meaning that you don't need decentralized exchange. You don't need an intermediary in between. I can just exchange my cryptocurrency for another cryptocurrency with another user without, the interference of anybody, as it were. So this is a peer-to-peer system that allows you to exchange value, your digital assets, without anybody being there to process the transaction, like, we described in the centralized exchange. So this just happens on its own, but you have to understand how to use it before you're able to execute such or initiate such transactions or transfer value over decentralized exchanges. Then it gives you full control and ownership of your funds. Yes, that's one outstanding feature of centralized exchanges. You are in complete control of your funds, and the transactions are within your control, so you can decide when to initiate a transaction and how to go about it. The funds are within your control, but for decentralized exchanges, the funds are in the platform that is organized and controlled, and monitored by the owners of the centralized platform. Okay, so now you can see the difference coming out gradually between centralized exchanges and, of course, decentralized exchanges. Now let's look at some examples that you have here. We have PancakeSwap is one of the biggest decentralized exchange out there. This is a typical interface of how PancakeSwap will look, on a mobile, in a mobile format, or if you were using your phone to, access it as it were. Now let's look at also another one. It's called, sorry. The next one is Uniswap, okay? So Uniswap is another one here. Now, these exchanges, these decentralized exchanges are built on certain, blockchain. So you'd have to understand on what blockchain is this decentralized exchange built, okay, before you are able to move funds and of course be able to do some transactions or move some value over these decentralized exchanges. We have SushiSwap, and there are many other decentralized exchanges. But one thing you should know about these exchanges is that it's a peer-to-peer platform, so you can do transaction, move value between you and the person you're sending it to without the interference of anybody, because it's running on smart contract, it self-executes itself. It doesn't need an intermediary or third party or a middleman, as it were, to execute whatever commands or prompts or transactions that you execute on this platform. Okay, moving ahead, let's look at the pros of using CEX, that's centralized cryptocurrency exchanges. What are the advantages? That's exactly what we mean. What is the benefit? Now, one of the things that make centralized exchanges very unique and good is the fact that it makes it very easy and convenient for you to move your funds to the platform. Okay, so let's say obviously when you want to make a purchase on the centralized exchanges, you will need to convert your fiat currency, bring it onto the platform so that your fiat currency now can be used to, can be converted to crypto, then you can purchase whichever you want to purchase. So these exchanges have an easy way to help you probably use your debit card to move funds from your local bank account, for instance, onto the platform. So it's one convenient way for you to buy cryptocurrencies using your fiat currency, whether it's Naira, whether it's the dollar or the euro. So this is one unique advantage that this has. Then the people that are buying and selling here, you have large number of such people. And because you have large number of people buying and selling here, it's easier for you to execute your trades because you have a lot of people who are buying and a lot of people who are selling also. And it literally gives you the opportunity to buy at a very good price. So take, for instance, a market where you have a lot of people buying and selling the same thing. It gives you the opportunity to check, oh, this person is selling at this price, this person is selling at this price, and then you can decide for what price that is okay for you. All right. So, and also it allows for a wide range of trading pairs. Trading pairs mean, like I said in our previous session, for you to trade or buy and sell, you would need a pair. Okay, so you can trade Bitcoin against USDT. You can USDT, by the way, is a stable coin and it's called Theta USD. Okay, you can trade Ethereum against USDT, for instance, or you can trade Bitcoin against Ethereum. So these are different trading pairs. Trading will happen with the pair, like you have to have the coin you want to exchange for the other. And so on centralized exchanges, you have a wide range of those trading pairs, giving you different opportunities, different options to choose exactly what you want to do. Then they have security measures put in place. They try as much as possible to protect the users' funds and, of course, the data that is being collected on the platform so that it doesn't fall into the hands of hackers or bad actors that may be seeking to, hack into the platform. So one of the things they try to do as much as possible is to make sure that their platforms are secure because they know that people have a lot of their funds on their platforms. Okay, so these are the benefits or the pros of using centralized exchanges. Now let's look at the challenges that people may face or that we may face using centralized exchanges. Now, one of the biggest challenge or source of concern is the fact that you do not have full control and ownership of your funds. There's this thing we say in the blockchain space, if it's not your keys, then it's not your coins, meaning that when you leave your funds in the centralized exchange, you're no longer in full control Okay, anything can happen. I mean, the exchange can come under attack. They could even freeze your account if they suspect someone is trying to, log into your account. So temporarily they can, freeze your account, and you may not be able to reach your funds at that time until maybe you write to the support to prove yourself that you're the real owner, and things like that. So this is one of the concerns of using centralized exchanges: no full control and ownership. And what if anything happens to the centralized exchange? What that basically means is that your funds can also be lost. In 2022, November, sometime in November or so, a cryptocurrency platform went down, and it went down so much that people lost millions and billions of dollars in their digital assets. So this is just one of those rare situations, but if it can happen, yes. So that's why you have to be mindful of the cryptocurrency centralized exchange that you're using. Okay, you have to do your research to determine if it's the kind of cryptocurrency exchange you would like to use, and to know if you understand how it works, and to see if you have, of course, their customer service is active, because sometimes this customer service, their customer service may not be active. So you leave a mail, you leave a message, no one is taking it, nobody is responding to it. So you have to find out all these things before choosing the cryptocurrency exchange you want to use, especially if it's going to be a centralized exchange. Then users do not have much privacy. Why? Because when you want to, get onto their platform, you have to provide all means or different means of identification. You have to enter your name, your email address, your address, your face. Sometimes they take a picture of your face, and then you enter, you supply your ID card, as it were, whether it's your passport, maybe it's your driver's license, or maybe your national ID card. You just have to provide one identification or the other. So they collect a lot of information from you. And guess what? If not properly handled, can enter into the hand of bad actors and even the hands of hackers. And that's why I say you have to be really very careful with these centralized exchanges, because you could even have bad actors within the people who are, are regulating or taking care of these centralized exchanges. So it's important that you do your own research and decide which of the centralized exchange is doable for you. So they can use your data and share it with third parties. And if care is not taken, it could even fall into the wrong hands, like hackers or people who are trying to, take advantage of newbies, people who are still very new in the blockchain space. Okay, so another concern for using centralized exchanges is the fact that these exchanges are regulated by the laws of the country or jurisdiction in which they operate. And so that can limit the activities that you can carry out on those exchanges. So there could be a certain limit to the amount of funds you can move into the exchange. Of course, they can literally ban a type of cryptocurrency, meaning that if you wanted to buy a particular type of cryptocurrency, because it's not allowed within that the jurisdiction in which you find yourself, it limits you from being able to access that cryptocurrency. So these are other concerns that you have to also look out for, the regulations and the laws guiding these cryptocurrency exchanges within the place or location that you're in. Now, there was a time in Nigeria when cryptocurrency was, banned, as it were. Not that anyone could ban cryptocurrency, but the fact that the commercial banks or the banks from which local banks or accounts that people could actually move their funds to these exchanges were, discontinued. I mean, they were given instructions not to allow users or customers move funds from their accounts to the platform. That became a challenge for Nigerians who were trading cryptocurrency or who were buying cryptocurrency and storing them. So you can see how this can play. So when there is a rule or a law that is promulgated in a particular place, it can also affect those exchanges because, of course, the exchanges try to abide by the rules or regulations guiding wherever they find themselves. So these are the concerns that you have to weigh in when choosing a centralized exchange that is okay for you. Now, if you're getting value, go to the comments. Let me know that you're getting value. We're about rounding up our session, but I want to know if you're getting value. Bernard says no audio. Okay, she says I'm good now. Thank you for that feedback. Please go to the comments and leave your feedback. Can you still hear me? Can you still see my screen? Are you having fun? Are you learning? Is it interesting? Let me know. Go to the comments. I'll be waiting for your feedback as we get ready to round up. Let me have your feedback. I'm in the comments right now. Yes, Oge says, interesting. Thank you for the feedback. Let me have other women share their experience. Carol says, yes, interesting. Thank you for your feedback. I need to know that we're still together, that you're learning. Mutiat says, very informative. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you so very much. So we continue with the pros of using decentralized exchanges, right? So what are the benefits of using centralized exchanges? Now you get to keep your funds. The keys are yours. The control of your funds are entirely yours. The responsibility is also on you, and you can manage your own transactions. You can decide to initiate a trade or not. If the price is okay, you can decide. If not, you can say, no, I don't want to. So you can see that the decentralized exchanges give the control over to you. And because you have the keys, the coins are yours. Remember, I said, not your keys, not your coins, not your keys, not your cryptocurrencies. So for DEX, that's decentralized exchanges, the keys are yours, and therefore the coins are yours. So you're able to manage your digital assets. Now, you do not require to begin to register like the way you'll do in a centralized exchange, where you have to bring your email, your address, your ID, all kinds of information that's collected from you and may be misused or abused. For decentralized exchanges, you do not require all that. You do not require to provide all that type of personal information. And then you do not collect, or they do not collect or store your data, because you don't have to provide any of these things, because it works, in two ways. This data could be collected and could fall in the hands of bad actors, and then your digital assets could go missing. Okay, I still recall somebody that I know who reached out to me one day to say, oh, I just checked my wallet now and I can't find any of my digital assets. And I was like, what happened? So it's happened that he had somehow given permission to somebody through a link, and the person was able to mirror everything that was on his phone, his keys, his information, blah blah blah, and the person was able to somehow take his funds. So one thing about this is that you have complete control over your funds, and your data, your information is not, stored somewhere that someone could have access to and then steal your digital assets. So this is one very key advantage that comes with using decentralized exchange. I tell you what, data is a big thing, is a big deal in this time and age, and it's only important that you become aware and, of course, take care of your data. Then decentralized exchanges are not subject to rules and regulations from different places. Okay, so like I said earlier, why it was difficult for some people at the time that there was a temporary ban on the use of cryptocurrency in Nigeria at the time, people who were on the decentralized exchanges were still moving, buying and selling, moving their digital asset. Why? Because decentralized exchanges are not, under the control of any jurisdiction or any law or any authority, as it were. So this is one very unique advantage that comes with also using decentralized exchanges. Now let's look at the challenges that people may face, or women may face, as it were, using decentralized exchanges. So one of the challenges that women face, like I have come to understand, is the fact that these decentralized exchanges are a bit more technical. So they are not user-friendly for people who are just starting off because of the way these platforms are designed. So sometimes it needs a bit of work, a bit of study, learning, hand-holding to be able to understand how the platforms work. So this is one challenge that women may face using decentralized exchange. But here at BitQueens, we're set to help you understand how these things work, and then you'll be able to navigate your way through these different platforms. We say it's less user-friendly. So I've already mentioned that the interface is a bit technical. Sometimes it's not easy for you to tell, oh, if I tap on this button or if I do this, this is where it takes me, because there are no such opportunities available for you to ask questions, maybe to even write a customer service to say, oh, how do I do this or how do I do that? So it's less friendly. The interface is a bit more sophisticated, and like I said, it will require a bit of hand-holding. Now, you do not have large volume of buyers and sellers, and the trading pairs are a bit lower also. So what this basically means is that when you don't have much people on the platform who are buying and selling, then liquidity is low. By liquidity, I mean the volume of transactions or trades that are executed on that particular platform. What challenge this can pose is the fact that you may want to trade one or trade one cryptocurrency for the other. That trading pair would not be available. That's one challenge that you may have with that. Another challenge you may have with that is that you may be forced to buy these cryptocurrencies at a higher price because you don't have much. Let's say you want to buy a particular cryptocurrency and you don't have much people who are there who are selling. So the few that are willing to sell may sell at a higher price, and you will have no option than to buy if you are bent on really buying that cryptocurrency or that particular token or asset, as it were. So you see the challenge that having small volume of buyers and sellers may portend for using decentralized exchanges. So it's like you go to the market where you have shortage of supply, of a particular product or a particular, thing or item. You can imagine how the price will be influenced, because the smaller people who have to sell may want to cash in on the fact that the supply is limited, and then add to the amount that you should normally have paid, so that they make some funds or some profits for selling it to you higher. So it's similar to what happens here in the decentralized exchanges. Then you have to depend on the functionality of the underlying blockchain network. Like I said, these decentralized exchanges are built on different exchanges like Ethereum, different blockchains like Ethereum. Uniswap is built on the Ethereum blockchain, like the PancakeSwap is on the Binance Smart Chain. So there is the likelihood that if that blockchain is experiencing a kind of downtime, then it will affect the speed and functionality of that particular decentralized exchange. So this is one thing you have to also consider when choosing a decentralized exchange where you may want to buy or sell your digital assets. Then users may also face issues like delays, like I've already said. This last point is tied to this first one. So where you have a lot of, when you have a challenge, let's say there's a downtime with that particular blockchain that you're using to execute your trade or the transfer or the purchase, then if that there's high traffic means a lot of people trying to execute the same trade, then you'd be sure that the transactions will not be executed in good time, meaning that it may take longer time before the transactions will be processed, because it's just like having a road, a tarred road where many cars, plenty cars are trying to pass at the same time. So you can see that the traffic is high, the cars will not be able to move very fast, So that's exactly what happens here. If there are network delays, if there are issues like, high traffic, and because there's high traffic, there's a likelihood that the charges you pay, which is regarded as gas fees, will be higher. Is as though who is willing to pay higher to get their transactions executed faster. So the higher you're willing to pay for your transaction, the faster your own transaction is executed. So there are some platforms when you want to execute such transactions, they even give you option of what speed you want or how long it will take to execute your transaction. Some will tell you low fees, it may take up to 10 minutes. Some will tell you medium, it may take up to 5 minutes. Some will tell you very fast, which may take anywhere like 2 minutes or even a minute to execute. But the faster, the more you have to pay for the transaction. So these are some of the challenges that women can face when using decentralized exchanges. So it boils down to understanding education, understanding how these exchanges work so that you can decide which is doable for you, which meets your needs. And finally, as we come to the end, let's look at the factors you need to consider to choose a cryptocurrency exchange. So we've learned about centralized exchanges, we've seen the examples, we've seen the benefits, we've also seen the challenges of these of these exchanges. Now the question is, how do I decide which is the one for me? To meet my buying and selling need, or if I want to store my cryptocurrency in the exchanges, which should I choose? Let's look at some factors. So you have to first of all consider the trading fees. Yeah, so these exchanges have different trading fees. Normally, if you want to exchange your one crypto to the other, there's a fee to pay. If you want to process a transaction, that's if you want to send crypto to someone using their address, there is a fee to also pay. So you have to weigh these things to decide if their fees are okay or doable for you. So trading fees are one of the options. There might be other fees too to pay that are in-house that you may not know until you're about to execute or initiate a certain transaction. So you may need to do your research very well to understand if there are any other hidden charges that you have to pay. So that's one factor to consider. Another factor is the factor of security. How secured is this exchange that you're about to store your crypto or digital assets on, or you're about to buy and sell on, you're about to place a trade on? You have to do your own research to know what each and every of these cryptocurrency exchanges offer, so that you can make the best choice for yourself. So, but of course, there will be a list of the 10 best, for instance. So when you go to do your research, there will be some recommendations. So you can pick from those recommendations and do your own research. You could also use tools like CoinMarketCap, Cointelegraph. There is also CoinGecko. These are, research tools that can help you get information and see what other people are saying about the use of these exchanges, and then you can decide. Remember, security is important. It's about holding your digital asset securely. It's about being in control of your digital asset. So it's important that you pay attention. And of course, security is also a personal thing. What is your disposition to being responsible for holding your digital assets. You have to know how to safeguard your seed phrase, for instance. There's what we call seed phrase, especially if you're using decentralized exchanges and you're using what we call cryptocurrency or wallets, as it were. In our subsequent sessions, we're going to be now focusing on wallets and how they work, downloading my first crypto wallet, setting it up, and looking at some of these things we've already described. So you have to also pay attention to security. Then trading volumes, like I said, play a role, because the more trading volume you have within an exchange, that the opportunity you have options offers you options to choose the trading pairs you want, and of course get these cryptocurrencies at good prices or value. Then does the cryptocurrency exchange have educational resources? I'm aware of some of these cryptocurrency exchanges that have resources that you can actually read up. Let's say you're navigating the platform and you want to understand how it works, or something is not just so clear for you. Some even have videos on their social media platforms, maybe the YouTube channel or their Telegram channel. So all these are educational materials that you can lay your hands on, but you have to know if the exchanges offer such. I even know those that host, from time to time, they host webinars to educate new people who have just onboarded on their platform. So it's also important to see if there are educational resources available, so that you keep learning about the platform and keep using it the way it should. Then if the exchange has the list of cryptocurrencies that you're interested in buying, so it will not be nice to go for a cryptocurrency exchange that may not have the types of cryptocurrencies you want to buy or trade or store your cryptocurrencies on. So this is another major factor to consider. Like in all the different different cryptocurrency exchanges, they do not hold all the trading pairs. So you can come to Binance, for instance, and you'd have some trading pairs, different cryptocurrencies, and then you go to KuCoin, you may not find it. Okay, so you may go to KuCoin, you find some, and you come to Binance, you will not find it. So the choice of the cryptocurrency exchange to use will also be dependent on the type of cryptocurrency you want to interact with, the coins, the tokens, or the digital assets generally. Like in Binance, there's a marketplace for NFTs. Okay, so for some other platforms, there might not be marketplace for NFTs. So you see, that will now inform the exchange you are most likely to use if you want to do anything related to NFTs. Okay, so on this note, we call it a wrap. Congratulations. And we were able to go through how we get cryptocurrencies. We said we get cryptocurrencies from crypto exchanges, and we looked at the types. We have the centralized exchanges and we have the decentralized exchanges. We looked at the benefits and the challenges that you could have when using these cryptocurrency exchanges, and the factors to consider when choosing an exchange, a cryptocurrency exchange. So on this note, we wrap up our training sessions. Congratulations. Yay! It was fun going through this. I'm sure you got value. Let me have your feedback. So go to the comments and share with us what value you got, what stood out for you, how you feel about today's session. Did you learn? Was it fun for you? Thank you so very much, all of you who made it to today's session. So while I'm still waiting for your feedback, please follow us on all our social media platforms if you've not already done so. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, that's former Twitter. We're on LinkedIn as well. And of course, on TikTok, you can also find us on YouTube. Okay, so please follow us on all our social media platforms, engage with our content. If you have any questions beyond these training sessions, please feel free to leave them there, or you can leave us a mail on bitqueenshq@gmail.com, and we'll respond to whatever concerns or inquiries that you may have. Thank you, women, for coming out today for today's session. Beryl says, you're a great teacher, Christy. Thank you for that feedback. Winifred says, Coach Christy, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oge says, thank you, Queen K. You're an awesome teacher. Thank you so very much for your feedback. Here, I presented this on behalf of the BitQueens team. And remember, our vision is to help you learn blockchain in the simplest and most fun way. And through our community, you get to feel supported, you get to feel confident, you share ideas with other women on the platform. And who knows, we can build a solution or any solution, on the blockchain. Yeah, BitQueens can come up with a solution and build it just because there's a community of women who are constantly interacting and sharing ideas, with each other. So thank you, everyone. Carol says, thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much for your feedback. So it's time for us to interact. Do you have any questions? Are there areas you want us to throw more light on? This is the time to do so. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you, Carol, for being here. Charity, thank you. Ileola, Jennifer is still here. Thank you. Winifred, Dam, it's good to have you. So anyone with any questions? Do you want to say anything? Are there experiences you want to share? It's time for us to interact. We have just probably 5 minutes before we end today's session. Is anyone asking any question? Madam Mutiat was here earlier. Thank you for your feedback.
Hi, Christy. I had an experience. And I know, well, you may, as I've only just joined the group, you may or may not have already covered it or will come up one of your other trainings. But the importance of whichever exchange, I use MetaMask.
Okay.
And I use Crypto.com, Coinbase. I'm signed up to quite a few exchanges. But I don't know how to say this. I actually getting the wrong hash wallet address, even though it may be the same crypto address. Once you send it to the wrong hash, your asset is lost forever. And there is no way of getting it back. And that's happened to me twice too many times, and it will never happen again. One I sent to the contract address instead of my wallet address. And yeah, that was forever lost. Lessons learned, that was via MetaMask, but lessons learned. And never copy your hash address. Not copy, never manually try and put it in.
Yes, thank you, Carol, for sharing that experience. Yes, once you're sending any digital assets over these exchanges, then there are ways to do that. Like she pointed out, she made some mistakes and at some point she lost some assets. So we have not covered that. In our subsequent sessions, we're going to be looking at how to initiate a transaction, what you need to look out for, and how to copy the address and paste where it's required, how not to manually enter your address, in the space where you need to paste it, and all of that. So it requires education, it requires study, and with our sessions coming up subsequently, we'll be able to, look at some of these things so that you're able to send your assets correctly, because if you send it to the wrong address or wallet address over the wrong blockchain, for instance, then you get to lose your asset. Like you can't be sending Bitcoin over the Ethereum blockchain. So there are rules to some of these things. Thank you again, Carol, for sharing your experience. So as you can see here, I told you about sharing our stories, about sharing our experiences. so that others can learn. And guess what? It's nothing as difficult as it looks. It just takes education to understand how to do it. Okay, so thank you for that feedback, Carol, and for sharing your experience. So any other person would like to share? Personally, I've not lost any funds trying to send, but I've also experienced downtime. There was a time I tried to initiate a transaction. I think it was over the Ethereum blockchain, and it took like almost 1 day, and I was so scared because it was really my first time and I didn't know who to talk to or who to ask. I had just gone onto YouTube, I watched a video, and I thought I could just try it out myself. Even though I had gotten some guidance from the person who actually showed me how to download a wallet before, but it didn't stick that first time. So when there was need for me to send funds, I said, okay, let me watch a quick video and initiate a transaction myself. It didn't go through until after almost 1 day. So I was worried sick, I was bothered, I was scared. Maybe I've lost my funds and something like that. So, but eventually it arrived, and it became one of the points or lessons, even from what we discussed today, that if that particular blockchain is having a downtime, it's most likely not to deliver at the time you're expecting. So there could be delay in the execution of that transaction. So, but once you understand how these things work, it should be very easy for you to move funds or do your trade or interact with cryptocurrencies generally. Okay, so with that, we probably wrap it up. It's been an exciting year at BitQueens. It was my pleasure to bring this training to you on behalf of the BitQueens team. Remember, every Sunday, 5 p.m. West African time, 4 p.m. GMT, we come here to have training sessions like these, have interactions like this, share our experiences, share our stories. So make it a point of duty to always show up here every 5 p.m. West African time, 4 p.m. GMT, so that we can get to learn, we get to share our experiences, we get to network, we get to meet new people. And for all those who just joined our community recently, we'll welcome you. This is 1st October, like I said, it's a new month, so we wish you a happy new month. And for Nigerians, it's Happy Independence Day. So whether you're here in Nigeria or you're across the globe, we wish you a merry, merry, merry celebration. We wish you a fantastic October, and we hope that all your dreams come true. For us here at BitQueens, we'll continue to learn about blockchain technology and begin to explore all the opportunities that are available for us women. Because I tell you what, blockchain is changing the way the world is going, the way the world is working. And it's important for women to understand it, to be part of it, and to see how they can impact themselves and, of course, impact the world through it. During the week, we share a series of content in our group chats and, of course, in our social media handles. So be sure to go there and engage with our content, share it, turn on your notifications when you subscribe or follow us on any social media platform, so you get notifications when we share, and then you can engage, share with your friends. And if you know any woman or any women anywhere who are interested in learning about blockchain technology, then BitQueens is the platform to bring them to. Doors are open to anyone who is interested.